The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. These are the words spoken by Job in Job 1:21, after he lost literally everything except his life. He lost all of his children. He lost practically all of his wealth. And he was very sick. He was covered in boils, painful boils. And he said, naked came out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. But here's the opportune words here. He says after this, blessed be the name of the Lord. How many of us, after losing everything, can bless the name of the Lord? In this world, a lot of us are angry. We carry so much anger over things we lost, over people we've lost, over loved ones that have passed away. And this is why a lot of people question about God. What God is this that allows these things to happen? But here's the thing. You can't have it both ways. God gave us free will, and a lot of things we want to blame God for, it is our choosing or it is somebody else's choosing. Yes, He allowed it to happen, but still, it was us as a people's choice. So, which do you want? Do you want free will? Or do you want God to control everything, control all your actions, control all your thoughts, like a prison guard? So you can't have it both ways. Yes, we don't understand. We don't understand sometimes. Why did this happen? Why did this loved one die? This person who was just the sweetest, most beautiful, most innocent person. Why, God? And we're hurting, and it's okay to ask why. But just know all the answers we will not have in this earth. Imagine being a God that created everything, literally everything, the sun, the moon, the stars, and us. We're our own universe as well. With everything, like how our body operates, this is a whole universe within us as well. Imagine God having to answer every single question that we have. It's not going to happen. And that's what part of trusting and faith is. That's the ultimate test when it comes to us humans. Do we trust Him? Do we have faith in Him? Do we believe in Him? Even though, number one, we haven't seen Him. And number two, we have all these questions that we don't know. That is where our love, that is where our faith in God resides. And yes, Job went through the worst time of his life. But him showing his faith in God, he said, even unto death. Naked, I had nothing when I came into this world, and I'm going to have nothing when I leave. And that is true for all of us. And he was willing to accept that God allowed this to happen. Remember, the devil is the one who did all this stuff to Job, if you read that chapter. But God allowed it. So we're not going to understand why everything happened. But here's the main thing that God wants us to understand. First of all, He gave us His Bible, His Word. And in that, He tells us the things that He wants us to know. He wants us to know that He does love us and that He fights for us. And He wants us to choose Him just as He chose us from the beginning. Before we were even born, we were already a thought in His head. He already knew, this is my son, this is my daughter who I'm going to bring into the world. And they're going to do this, and they're going to be great. He already had you in mind. So he wants us to know in his word, he wants us to know his deep love for us. He wants us to also love people. Those are the two greatest commandments, to love God and to love people. Everything else just goes off of those two commandments. Because if we love people, we're going to treat people with respect, with dignity, and with honor. And if we love God, it's the same. So those are the main things in the Bible that we should know. And additionally, he shows us how we are to walk every day. And he gave us an example of ultimate love, ultimate sacrifice, and the ultimate example of living this life here on earth through his only begotten Son, Jesus. So those are the things that we need to know. Everything else that we need to know, it will be revealed when we are with him in heaven. So thus, life hurts sometimes. But let's not blame God or think that there's not even a God because of the bad things that happen. But he knows why things are the way they are. Because hey, I have questions too. I'm like, man, it would have been just a wonderful world if we had no wars, none of this stuff. But then again, as I said, then we wouldn't have been given the gift of free choice. Thus, when we're with God, we will understand everything. But here on earth, we're not going to understand everything. So we have to put our trust in God. And as we say, follow those two commandments: love God, love people, and everything else will work itself into place. So when life comes at you hard and hits you hard, think back to Job and think about how he lost everything except for his life, and know that once you have life, you have hope. You may have lost everything. You may have lost that love of your life. You may have lost all your money. You may just be in staggering debt. You may have lost a child. You may have lost a parent. Put your trust and put your heart in God's hands. He'll take care of it for you. He'll help you along this way. Once you have life, you have hope. So keep going on, keep living on, and be like Job no matter what is going on in my life. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Much love.